So time now is 3 minutes past 9. We all know that doing sport is good for you, essentially. Makes you fitter, it's fun.
Some sports better than others, apparently, or at least better than going to the gym. This according to some research that's being done. So tennis is the answer. Well, Holly's bought into that at the moment. Where is she? Holly?
Hello, good morning, Naga. Yes, I'm trying my very best to try and get a bit of a volley going here. We've been playing tennis all morning. And one thing I can tell you is tennis definitely keeps you fit. Like most sports, as you can imagine, the government does advise that you should do at least 150 minutes per week. But what this study has been telling us, and what's been quite interesting, is that tennis isn't just good for your fitness, but your all-round health. Do you know what? Joe, I'm going to have to let you go before I send this flying. It's good for your all-round health. It keeps you active, and it's good for you psychologically, physiologically. Really good, a good all-rounder, as I can say. But most people would say, well, surely any sport is good for you. Surely doing anything, getting your 150 minutes is good. But the researchers have been doing their homework. They've been looking at 90 different people. And from that, they found half of those people who do play tennis. I'm out of breath, can you tell? It really does keep you fit. Half of the people in the 90 that took part in this experiment, they found that the people who played tennis were actually doing better, both mentally, physically. So let's find a little bit more about this research. Ahmed, you were the lead researcher in this. Tell me, why tennis, first of all? Why didn't you do this research into rugby, boxing, something like that?
Well, there was some suggestion that racket sports are associated with better heart health, but there was no evidence for it. So we thought it's going to be really valuable if it can provide some scientific evidence for this, why happening with tennis. So we think tennis is a popular sport. It engages all parts of the body, particularly it trains our muscle power, muscle strength and muscle endurance, all essential for our muscular health. And as a result of that, it provides overall a wide-ranging benefits of health in all physical and also physiological dimensions.
You find that it actually helps to lower your cholesterol, it helps prevent things like heart disease and diabetes. That in itself people might be very interested in.
Well, yeah, we measure more than 70 variables in this study, which is unique, and it showed that people involved in regular tennis, they have got much healthier profile in terms of lipid, blood glucose, their body composition, vascular health, and also overall fitness. So we hope that policymakers and NHS will take this evidence into practice, and we recommend it as an optimal option for physical activity to stay healthy and fit across the life.
Now, Ahmed, you've told me you are going to be taking up tennis after this. You're not a tennis player at the minute.
Yes, I will take.
You promise you're going to. Now, I'd like to speak to Sue. Now, Sue Power, by the way, which is a brilliant name for a tennis player. So you took part in this study, and your story is really quite interesting because you've been playing tennis while you've been very sick as well in recent years.
Yeah, in 2013, I was diagnosed with the most aggressive form of breast cancer. I carried on playing tennis all through my chemo. I've got no doubt that the fitness that I'd acquired previously helped me recover from the mastectomy and the reconstruction. No doubt about that at all. Not to mention all the psychological effects of being able to go, hit a ball, forget about it, and just be around lovely people. Yeah.
I'm very well done. You did really well in the study, I have to say too, and your fitness levels were much better than most people I know. Very quickly, Barry, I'm never going to make it to Wimbledon. You've been at Wimbledon. Barry Cohen, you're a former professional player. What do you think of this study? You must understand the benefits of tennis more than anyone else.
Absolutely. 36 years I've been playing the sport. I started when I was 6. So I obviously know the benefits. And I think for tennis, what it does is it requires so many different facets. You obviously have to, endurance-wise. But even now I do a lot of running. I don't play as much tennis now as when I was playing professionally. But I can be out of breath for 20 minutes because it's different type. It's quick, short, sharp sprints, and it's decision making as well. You've got to make quick decisions, which is also useful in everyday life because you've got to make sure you don't panic, right? Live on television.
I can't see that at all. You'd never panic. Now, like I said, we've got Wimbledon coming up very shortly, so there are plenty of reasons to get in the mood for a bit of tennis, but as if you needed any more, turns out it's very, very good for you as well, except, by the way, when there's a target apparently in the back of your head, which has been my problem here all morning.
Holly, feel free to go
coming from me again. I'm running.
again.
That's it. I'm out.
Oh, she's gone away.
She took the sensible option.
She wasn't lingering, was she?
Well, no, she didn't want to be hit. It's fair enough.
She's gone, just like that. 8 minutes past.